Grab your tea, your bonnet, or your business plan.
Because we are about to get into it all. We are here with Cozy Convos, and we are going to jump into our small business highlights.
Yes, shout out.
So we are here with Coach Khalil of Cycle Gang Fitness Studio. Okay, impacting all the people over in South Atlanta, the indoor cycling. It's a whole vibe up in Cycle Gang, and we just love the atmosphere. We are thankful that he allowed us to partner with him, and we are just doing amazing things together. So y'all give it up for Coach Khalil.
Hey,
What's going on, Khalil?
What's
How
happening?
are you?
I'm good.
Thank
I'm
you for
great.
stopping by.
My pleasure.
Partnering with us, chilling with us today.
My pleasure. My
Yep.
pleasure.
How you doing today? What you got going
Oh
on?
man, I am grateful. Grateful.
Yeah.
Grateful. It's Monday. Thank God it's Monday.
Look,
Yeah.
I was talking to a lady this morning, dropping off the kids, and she just, this is her like third time reminding me, like Sunday nights, she just have a really hard time sleeping. And it's like that Monday anxiety.
Yeah.
And I've heard that a couple of times from a couple of different people, but I wasn't aware that like Monday anxiety is a thing that like live inside of people. Like, what do you think that's about? Like being anxious about the start of the week, something that we do, like it's our routine.
Yeah, if I be honest and human, I've had that same feeling before.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's real. It's a reminder that you gotta wake up and do some more adulting. You know.
Look, that weekend can't be long enough.
Yeah, and it's a reminder that you really don't have a choice. You have to, you know, if you're providing for yourself and your family, you got to get up and make it happen. You know, but it's I think you got to take some time out and really kind of, you know, remember your why, redefine what things mean to you. Instead of looking at it as a burden, looking at it as an opportunity for growth and just being thankful. So being grateful on a Monday helps you to realize how blessed you are, even to have an opportunity to go to a job, to be able to provide, have resources to take care of your family and put a roof over your head and put food on the table, whatever you're using those resources for, that's a blessing. So just that little small mental shift, man, can make a big difference in how someone looks at Monday.
Yeah. I think that's a good point though, because a lot of successful people and people that have overcome like really tough circumstances, the practice of gratitude has helped them to like really step into their wealthy place and just shift their perspective in a whole lot of different things in their lives. So that's a good little takeaway for this Monday morning. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do want to dive in. We're going to do some real talk real quick.
Yeah.
So you are So you are a man in business, entrepreneurship. We talked about over the weekend that you really just about that hustle, like getting up and getting it. So with all the years of experience, so how long have Cycle Gang been in fruition? Like tell us a little bit about that program.
Yeah, so Cycle Gang began in 2013. So we've been moving and shaking for over 13 years now. Yeah, so it was an idea that came up when I became a cycling instructor at LA Fitness. And so I was trying to find a way, as usual, to figure out a way to monetize and make the brand grow. And so I saw that cycling was a popular thing within the fitness community, especially within the Black community. The way that we spent was a more rhythmic style where we use hip hop and R&B versus some of the other, I guess I'll call it mainstream now because we've become mainstream, but the mainstream at that time kind of frowned upon our style of spin. They wanted to mirror and mimic outside riding. They didn't want you going too fast. It wasn't really to the rhythm. It was just kind of like music was playing in the background, but it had nothing to do with the drill or how the experience was during the class. But Black people, you know what we gonna do with it. We gonna make it all make sense.
Man, add a little culture to it.
Yeah.
Gotta make it.
And we have soul. We have soul in everything that we do.
Yeah.
And that is not to make light of that. That is real, which means that we are truly the people of God, because God has infused us with this spirit to just make things just feel so good. And so cycling in our community meant something different, where we ride to the beat. And so it was a community, and I wanted to bring that community together. So I called this organization, made a Facebook group, and called it Cycle Gang, right? So if you were on a bike, I don't care if you were at Camp Creek location, Old National location, you was up north, you was in Texas, Maryland, I wanted you to feel a part of this brand of cycling, indoor cycling, called Cycle Gang. So we started off with t-shirts and hoodies. I don't think there's anybody from that time that doesn't have a t-shirt or a hoodie of some sort that says Cycle Gang on it. And then in 2018, decided to step out and open up my own location. And the rest is history. So we've been in business, brick and mortar, for 6 years now.
Praise God.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Yeah.
And you've done, and I'll just say the community, but you know, you being the head, have done an amazing job with just, I guess, your consistency and branding and establishing your identity. Because I own some Cycle Gang merch, and when I first popped out with it, folks, like, people were literally coming up to me, "Oh, you know Khalil?
Wow.
You been a Cycle Gang? I've been wanting to go. What do you think about it?" And I'm like, "Hey, like, I'm all the way over here, like, at the kids' school, dropping off at daycare, in the grocery store, and everybody is." My son's principal, she's like, "Yeah, I used to spend with Khalil when he was back at LA Fitness," and I was like, "Wow!" Like, and it just really feels full circle.
Wow.
Because I had no idea, for one, that you had such an impact on people. People know the name, people know the brand, people know your face.
Wow.
And you, like, LA Fitness, you said that was back in 2013.
Yes.
So for that young lady to come up to me and say, "I spent with him back in when he was LA Fitness," and her to still remember your name and your brand is like,
goodness. That's amazing.
That's impact.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's impact.
That is amazing. That makes me feel good. That makes my heart do all kinds of You know, when you're in it, you don't realize that you're making that kind of impact. And I think we got to do a better job of just sitting down and sitting still sometimes and sip the flavor of your work.
Yeah.
You know, and really
Look.
oh, we got teas.
Absolutely.
Right. Colorbar Cafe. Can I get some tea?
Yes, we got you a whole setup.
Thank you.
We got your tea ready. We got you some donuts ready. You know, we here to serve. That's our thing.
Oh my goodness.
Making whole.
I mean, you said sip and flavor, and that was just like perfect timing.
Perfect timing for the commercial.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all get y'all Colorbar Cafe immediately. Immediately.
You know, we know you like your protein balls, but you are at home of Colorbar Cafe.
It's
and
an honor.
We do donuts over here.
It's an honor.
They are a little loaded, but you know, take your time.
They look good. I'm not going to eat on camera if that's okay.
That's
Unless you want me to show the audience how good it is.
It's all good.
I can make it look real good.
No, it's good.
But yeah, man. So yeah, taking your time to really thank you. I'm definitely gonna deal with that after the show. Yeah, taking your time to really kind of just really reflect on where you come from, that spirit of gratefulness, being able to measure, are you making progress or not? Are you just busy? But you gotta really take some time and really think about, you know, the impact you've made, you know? And sometimes we don't do that. We just as entrepreneurs, we get so engulfed in everything. You're wearing several hats, and sometimes you don't take that time out to really kind of look at it and be thankful for where you're at. You know, sometimes you can get caught up in the next thing. I got to get to the next level, and not take the time to really just kind of be like, man, look where we come from. Yeah.
No, I love that. That made me think about being a new business. Colorbar Cafe is in its third year as of May, Yeah, after that, like we are still standing, we're still here. But when it comes to measuring the progress and how far you've come, you know, having your business established for so long, what are some of those measurement tools? Like, how are you able to identify that, you know, we actually are leveling up, like we are making impact, we are growing in numbers, we are seeing the profits, you know, like what are some of those measurement systems that you use for Cycle Gang?
That's a great question. I definitely am a numbers person, so I like looking at data. And I think you have to set some realistic goals at the beginning and tweak them as you go, but always go back to those goals and look at, what the objectives were, what you were striving to hit, and be realistic and look at the data, because the data doesn't lie, you know? So I'll tell you one thing that I really am thankful for, that I decided that I thought was important at the beginning of this journey, was culture. I really, really admire businesses that when you walk into a place, it feels good, the service is good, the reputation is great. People talk about you in a very good way. And so I wanted that to be our secret sauce, you know, and we really work hard towards that. And so one way we've been able to measure that is requests for our guests and members to give feedback. And so that feedback, whether it be Google or our app that we have, or MindBody, or other areas, like we have a feedback form that you can fill out in the studio. We use that information to help guide our culture. And so we've been able to get some really good feedback. And one of the things, being a fitness studio, you would think that they would be talking a lot about our fitness, you know, the results, and got buffed up, I done lost 40 pounds, which definitely is happening. But the first thing they say on our reviews is, when I walked in there, it was a feeling. That's amazing.
That's how we feel.
That's amazing. Yeah. You know, so I think it's really important to really establish who you are and where you're trying to go, and line things up to be able to measure that, so that you can see if the needle is moving or not. You know, so yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about now collaborating with other Black-owned businesses? Has it been a struggle? Because I feel like me and Queen, we've come across a lot of Black businesses that we're so excited to like partner up with, but the standards just don't be there. Have you ever had to run into that? Yeah.
So another thing that, again, you got to know who you are, and I have ran into that by, basically I partner with businesses all the time, and I'll tell you this, in a granular way, I partner with instructors all the time, because they're not employees, they're contractors that I bring in. And so they may be skillful, but you got to know what your brand is, what your culture is, and I don't care how skilled or how much that person or that business is performing. If it doesn't align with your business, it could be a bad relationship. It could be a bad relationship. So I have had that experience looking at the person's performance and thinking that's automatically gonna jive with our culture. And it was a nightmare. So, but now having that experience, now I know the profile that I'm able to look at. So it's a good thing that I went through that, because now I can see what I need in my culture and what I don't need. And so we hire for spirit. We hire for spirit, not just skill. You gotta have a spirit.
You gotta have the spirit.
You gotta have a spirit to work at Cycle Gang. And we can work on the skill later. But having that will, having that spirit, having that alignment, that's very important for Cycle Gang and our culture. And so I would recommend that you guys maybe take a look at that, because you guys have an amazing aura. When you walk in the room, you know that you're there, you're approachable, you're kind, you're courteous, respectful, you're spiritual, all that. So whoever you bring in or whoever you partner with needs to mirror that. My recommendation.
And you tell us that all the time.
All the time.
No.
Protect that with all your might.
Tell us that all the time.
Do not let nobody kind of, you got to guard that.
Yeah.
Guard that. It's very important. Especially today, you all have had experiences where you walk into businesses and this doesn't feel right, this service isn't there. you know, and you want to support, but it's like, man, something's missing.
Yeah.
Especially, I know you guys, because you work so hard, and you might not even work harder. It's a gift.
Yeah.
But you notice it when it ain't there. You know, so it's important. It's important.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. And that comes with a level of discernment and, like you saying, knowing who you are and what you represent, what your business represents.
That's right.
So I love that we can continue to even maintain that, even this being your first time walking through our doors and we're just here and you're like, whoa, what is this place? I like it already. Like 2 seconds in the door, you know? And I don't know, it's because this is where our spirit is housed. Like, this is where we get our energy. This is where we, you know, get fired up. And this is where we pray. This is where we be in the mud and in the dirt, you know, like with the planning and strategy. It's like, okay, what's next?
And you know what's so crazy about it? We haven't even known each other that long.
We
I
haven't.
know, but we've crossed paths so many times. I have to shout out Mo. Thank you so much for that conversation here in the salon.
Shout out to Mo Hustle.
Yes.
And I have to shout her out as a member because she has transformed her life mentally, physically, emotionally. She has this young spirit, and I've always been inspired by her just because of that, because you don't see a lot of people her age that's willing to keep going, and she's always shouting us out. And I would never forget, like, Queen was at your pool party.
I was at your pool party last year.
Okay.
We hung out for your birthday at Harold's. Me, my mom, you, Mo, and a few others, and we didn't even know each other, y'all. It was one of the moments you just meet people and like, okay, we might see each other again.
Wow.
And now we're here.
I never thought about seeing you. I didn't know what Cycle Gang was. Mo was just like, here, like, we went to this pool party. I got extra. And I was like, okay, you know, I'll go.
Dope.
So those are definitely seeds being planted.
Ain't no question about it.
You know,
nothing happens by accident. Nothing.
I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm really full because just having you in my life these past few months, we've been working together since April. And it's June, so is that like maybe 2-3 months or so? And just our connection and our bond and our relationship. Like, I appreciate you just taking us over to ATL yesterday and like meeting the owners, meeting management. Like, I'm finna introduce y'all to everybody. This how we get down. I'm like, dang, Khalil really mess with us. Like, we really people. Like,
and having that male figure, like, we don't have that.
We don't.
We don't even. I don't even know if we want to go into that, but having that male figure. And we always like, man, we need men in the room because we lost our barber. He was the man in the shop. And Queen didn't get to meet him. So having this, it almost feels so nostalgic, like having that male figure that's going to protect you and support you. And we get a lot of male supporters for Colorbar. So it's just like, now we got a partnership of a man that's like, no, we standing on business.
That's
so
what's up.
It's a blessing.
That's good.
This is a blessing for sure.
That's good.
This is getting good. Anyway. So and I'm gonna say, as a black man in business, how do you combat collaborating versus comparison in both business and in your personal life?
Collaborating versus comparison. Well, I'm a stickler. I don't think you should compare. You know, I don't think you should compare. I think as soon as you start looking in someone else's lane, that's when distraction happens. The only thing that we should do is appreciate and admire the gifts of others. You know, business, personal. And so when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at, man, that person's gift. How can we collaborate? And I bring some value to the table. They bring value to the table, and us. Same with us. You know, how can we both collaborate and bring value to the marketplace and bring light to what we're doing? That's how I look at it. But as soon as you compare, that's a spirit that says that you are desiring of someone else's gift with the wrong intention. You know what I mean? But collaboration says something different. It says that I value you, you value me. How can we bring our gifts together and make something special happen? So, yeah.
What skill set or character changes did you have to make or learn in order to get to that thought process and, you know, mindset?
Yeah, I would have to attribute that to my spiritual development. You know, I am not a perfect student of God, but I definitely got my butt in the class. You know what I mean? And I'm not dropping out. And it's that spiritual growth that's helped me to understand who God is and how God works in his creation. And so nothing that I'm looking at belongs to me, not even my own self. It all belongs to God. And so when I look at creation with that view, it makes me stay humble, and it makes me understand who I need to give the praise to. So when I see you, I see God. When I see all these gifts and talents, these smiles, the Colorbar Cafe, this is all God's creation. And he chose y'all to manifest it. That's all. And so I have to respect you. I have to love you just as much as I love myself. And if I don't, then do I really truly love God? You know what the scripture said. How can I love God who I've never seen, but hate my brother and sister who I see every day? Right? So that's it.
Oh, I took note of that. That was
we blessing the people.
we
Coach Khalil today. Okay, no wonder you call yourself the cycle minister. Giving it to the folks.
Every once in a while, he finds a way to speak. Yeah.
No, I love that, and that's what it's about. Like, and that spiritual growth to allow you. And I don't think any of our businesses or relationships or anything could come to full fruition and manifestation without having his hands on it, without being in his presence, without having his approval and us moving in what it is that he called us to do.
That's right.
So because Cycle Gang has been around so long, like, you're definitely doing the work of the Lord, like, and I'm pretty sure he is pleased with all that you are doing and the impact that you are making, for sure. So something else that came to mind as you were talking is when people come to you in comparison, because you already have the mindset, like, that's not how I'm thinking. But if somebody steps to you and just like, oh, you doing this and you doing that, or have you even ever ran into the situation where you did incorporate something new into your program or a routine or like some sort of style, and they're like, man, you biting my style. Like, man, we already been on that. Like, you ain't even been authentic and genuine. Like, you biting swag. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, I honestly don't give a lot of attention to that. I really don't. And I know people have said it, especially what we do. It's only so much you can do on the bike. You know what I mean? So, we ain't going to be spinning around. And so there's moves out there that are pretty, that's all you can do. And you can kind of build on and stack on those moves. But again, you can't spend a lot of energy and time worrying about what people think. My intentions is to deliver value to the community. That's my intentions. And with that mindset, it doesn't allow me to get into that place where I'm wasting time with that comparison spirit, the judges out there and all of that. We got too many fish to fry as an entrepreneur. I'm worried about making sure the building is clean, making sure payroll is on time, making sure these, whatever repairs need to be done is repaired. And when customers walk in the building, they feel that beautiful atmosphere and spirit that we're trying to give. So to tie myself up with the negative perspectives of others, I just don't invest that kind of time into it.
You ain't got time. That's what it is.
No time. Trust me, no time. So I know they do it, but keep watching. Keep watching. The way God works actually though is, and I encourage you, if you have an idea, that's God's idea, number one. And if you don't manifest the idea, especially if it's some idea that he wants to impact the community in a positive way, he gonna give you some time to do it. But if you keep messing around, he gonna take the idea and put it into someone else. That's just how my experience, how God works. He's not gonna wait on you figuring out and he wants you to move on that idea, on that thought. Whether you feel like you got the skill, whether you feel like you got the talent or not. If you look at the pattern of how God works, he always comes to those, those folks that are meek at heart, humble, didn't even realize they had the gift,
right.
But that's the material that he likes to use, I think, to show his power. So when he implants you with an idea, you can't be worried about what other people think.
Right.
You can't. That's his assignment to you, and he wants it to be manifested.
Yes.
And if you wait too long, he's gonna take that idea and put it in somebody else's mind, so he can make his will happen. So, we can't be worried about what people think when it's divine.
This segment and this conversation really just blessed my life, and it just gave me more fuel.
Me too.
And just it offered a reminder that for one, God can use anybody. He can use anybody, regardless of your past, your faults, your flaws, what people said you can and can't do, where people said you can and can't go. Like, if God said it, then that's what it is.
That's right.
That's the truth right there.
No
So
doubt.
what everybody else has to say, or how, and especially people that you are close to and admire and you think should be behind you and support you the most, like, don't be the main ones like talking down on you and like, girl, you can't, you ain't never, like, you know what I'm saying? God can't use that. Like, you just a mess,
That's right.
all this stuff. Like, he uses that mess and he blesses it and he put his hands on it.
That's
and
right.
like, so in my prayers, I'm like, thank you for calling my name. Thank you for choosing me.
Yeah.
Because truthfully, all I want to do is just to bask in your presence, and I'm a willing and able vessel. So I'm going to submit and surrender myself unto you.
Man.
Whatever you say, I'm on go. Regardless of all the stuff that I've dealt with in my past, no matter the bad decisions or whatever, like, I stand for the Lord as of today. So all that other stuff ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Come on,
Okay?
man.
I don't know. That
Get off her chest.
was just on my heart. That was on my heart, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
But that just offered me a very comforting and soothing reminder.
Yeah.
And then also when you said that, when people talk in that noise, like, you don't say nothing. And if we are made in the image of God, and it all comes back to spirituality and having that foundation. But when they ridiculed him and had him on the cross, that man didn't say nothing. Them folks said all type of stuff. They had everything in the world to say. And his response was nothing, silence. Because now I'm not giving you fuel or energy to go back and forth. I'm letting you know that I said what I said. I stand on what I stand on, so you can say what you want to say.
That's right.
But I'm going to keep moving in the purpose and the plan that God has set for me. Because you're not living my life. You're not living my journey. You're not walking my walk. He didn't put this inside of you. He put it inside of me.
That's right.
And you don't know what I had to deal with or go through. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
so
man.
kill him with the silence.
Ooh-wee.
Kill him with silence and kindness.
That's right.
And then even before he bowed his head, like, he told the Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
That's
like
right.
He still had love and compassion for the very people that's talking down on his name.
Yeah.
Like, how do we do that? So that's one thing I've had learned over the last, I'll say 3 years. It's been a trying 3 years, but it's been the most impactful and exhilarating 3 years of my life, where I've literally learned true love, true compassion, true kindness, how to, like, combat the enemy when he's standing right in my face, but continue the spirit of love, because that is the very first and most important commandment, to love. And so it's like, what does that look like? How do you display that? How do you demonstrate that when somebody's in your face, looking you dead in your eyes, talking nonsense? You know what I'm saying? How do you take that slap to the face and then turn the other cheek to let them slap the other one? Like, and that doesn't mean like in a physical sense. Nobody's literally just slapping you in your face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know how when they say, "Oh, you playing in my face," or "You playing on my top."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
another way that I man, you are really speaking to me right now, because I've been kind of thinking in this mind frame that you're in right now, and also what that says to me is we heard this phrase being used over the last couple of years, this emotional intelligence, right? So what I'm learning that means is, not being triggered every time something happens. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you have to develop the thick skin to be able to you use this, like the scripture says, be able to be slapped on one cheek and then turn the other. What that means to me is that slap didn't trigger me to respond in a way that is going to motivate more negativity. You know what I mean? But I'm going to absorb that, and I'm going to think about how I'm going to respond, and I'm going to respond in a way that hopefully can result in a different direction. You know what I mean? And that shows emotional maturity. It shows that you're growing in your faith, in your spirituality, and learning how to not be triggered by every single thing that happens, because you can't get distracted when you're on that path to elevate. You just can't let every single word, every single backbiter, every single whatever they saying distract you from the mission. You know, you gotta stay focused.
Some people use that as an excuse. Oh, you triggered me. Like that was one of my soft spots. It's like, no, you should have more self-control and discipline.
Self-control and discipline.
You know, if you know that you're going to continue to deal with this thing because it is a soft spot for you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to continue to show up. So it's important to, one, learn the life skills and the coping skills needed so that you can combat those things, because it's going to continuously show up.
Yeah.
And one thing, and then also learning how to properly communicate.
That part.
People don't know how to authentically and genuinely say, hey, this is a soft spot. Let's kind of either peel back on this conversation. Maybe let's talk about this another time, or just, whatever. Whatever it is, without reacting. A lot of people react instead of respond. Yeah. And
no, you're onto something. I think we have a culture where people are trying to avoid being triggered.
Yeah.
They're trying to give the impression as if they have it together, and having it together means I've disconnected myself from the community, or those not necessarily toxic situations, but you've disconnected yourself from interactions. That friction between human beings and brothers and sisters, that's what helps us to get that emotional intelligence, that you use the word, that self-control. How can you say that you know something without being tested? Right. You know what I mean? You gotta go through things. Yes. You have to experience things. And it's those experiences that's gonna give you, like you said, the self-control, the self-awareness, the experience to be able to handle things. You know what? I handled that. Well, I don't like how I handled that.
Yes.
Next time, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell them I'm busy right now. Is it possible that we can park it for right now and talk about that at a later time when there's not so much noise going on? So I wouldn't be able to know that unless I had an experience where I evaluated that experience, looked at it, that experience, and said, what could I have done better? And then the next opportunity that I get, be able to try to do it better. So I love that.
I like that. Not to keep prolonging this part of the conversation, but you said something that really stood out to me, which is evaluating self. People don't take the time to evaluate themselves. A lot of times people they can give you the whole rundown of what everybody else did, what they said, how they were wrong, what they should have did better, how they should have approached the conversation. But you're not taking the step back to say, okay, well, this is the part I played in that conversation. And that's what people should be doing. People spend way too much time thinking and talking about everybody else.
That's right.
We need to take time to think about self, because we are the people that we're responsible for. We can't control nobody else's actions, how they speak, or whatever else they do. We are only in control of ourselves. And I just encourage people to take more time to think about
look in the mirror. You just gotta look in that mirror.
And people can't even look in the mirror, because you look in the mirror, you're disgusted with yourself.
Lord,
you just you got that outside frame, I'm this and that. You put yourself on a pedestal, but when it really comes to do that mental work, that heart check, you on the floor. You can't even stay in the sight of yourself. That's why you got on all that makeup, you got on all that jewelry, you got on all that hair, you got on all that extra stuff, because you're trying to mask that nasty toxicity that's inside of you. And it has to stop. We got to address the situation. We got to address the realness. And the realness and the root of the issue is you.
Yeah, that's right. You know, Queen, I think at the common thread that I'm finding between Cycle Gang and Colorbar Cafe is our spiritual development. That's the connection. That is the main source of our connectivity, I believe. And I think a lot of people, man, need to really look at what their excuse me for losing what their driving force is behind what they do.
Yeah.
You know, and I really truly believe it's your spirituality that's driving you to do what you do, and it's also mine. And I think that is the highest level of relationship right there.
Yeah.
Because although you're using that as a tool, the main goal is to infuse in the community positive spirit, righteousness, you know what I mean, good relationships, you know, building this kingdom that we've been assigned to build. And I think it's that spirit that is the common thread that we have between Cycle Gang and Colorbar Cafe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Absolutely.
I know that's what it is.
Because even Thursday, Juneteenth, Ham after the class, she was like, "Man, Khalil, he just really blessed me just after you did your run."
Mm-hmm.
And I think you talked about your testimony a little bit.
I think so. I remember.
You know, I wasn't on the bike. I wasn't on the bike. I was
okay.
in the background, so I'm not.
Oh, you came to class.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. I think I remember that.
Yeah, but like you just continue and I think there's power in sharing your testimony. We go through these things not for ourselves, but for the saving of other people, to give them that knowledge and to give them that rope to pull when they are going through.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there. I can relate. I know what you're feeling, you know. And so it's important that we continue to share our testimony over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I really believe that has been our success.
Yeah.
You know, man, it's been a miracle the entire time. But really, when you really get down to it, it hasn't been a miracle. It's been some obedience that's helped us get to where we've gotten, man, and that faith, you know. I think that people feel that.
Yeah.
I think that people feel that because there's a lot of good studios out there, and I'm telling you, I believe there's something special about our place. There's something special about Colorbar Cafe, and I think the difference is you know who you are and you know who you represent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And so no matter what happens, I'm safe with that. You know, I am. Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Hey, man. We've had a time with you, Khalil. Like, I am blessed. My spirit is on fire. My soul is refreshed.
Yes.
Like, I feel like
Me too.
I didn't even know I needed this Monday morning.
I know.
You got a lot on. I feel like Queen was
Girl,
talking to herself.
look, man, if
That
y'all
was
know.
good. I appreciate you being here and spreading your love and joy as a man and letting the people know at home or when you're scrolling and you get to see him talk. Take it all in.
Oh, praise I do to God.
Yes.
Real. Yeah.
Welcome to Cozy Convos.
Cozy Convo. I want to do this again. Can I do it again?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Please
This has
have me
been a
back.
time.
Do I need to put on my pajamas next time? Or?
I mean,
That would be nice.
you know, we are
I mean,
looking.
I got a
Is
little
this the
robe.
first
I'll put a robe on or something.
Hey, all that coming soon too.
Yeah, we're looking to drop a men's collection.
That's
We don't.
dope.
We're
Look at
still
that.
trying to identify the needs of the men,
Okay.
and what they would enjoy having from us.
Okay.
But we can definitely get your insight on that. You seem to be a high value man who's, you know, in his career and
Okay.
you know, yeah, it's for that independent woman, that professional woman,
Yeah.
you know, but we want to expand that experience into our men as well. This fiber is the bamboo material, and we actually made this design.
Wow.
We found a vendor, they handcrafted this, so
Nice.
this took a lot of love.
Nice.
And all of our women that do have our cozy set, they really enjoy the material. It hasn't faded. I washed it several times. It's real cute.
Nice.
We can definitely gonna make sure you come back in your
Appreciate
cozy
that.
attire
Thank you.
next time.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Coach Khalil.
Yes,
for having
thank
us.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, so before we let you go, let the people know how they can connect with you and get up in Cycle Gang class?
Sure. So you can always visit our Instagram. We're at Cycle Gang. So CYCLEGANG at Cycle Gang. We are located at 3769 College Street in College Park, Georgia 30337. We're open Monday through Sunday, every day of the week, as early as 5 a.m., as late as 7:30 p.m. And you can also go to our website and look at our schedule. We have a robust schedule all week long, so I'm pretty sure you can find 2 to 3 days a week and come in and do something for your health and wellness. So go to www.thecyclegang.com. All right.
Period.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all get on the memberships.
Yeah.
And Colorbar Cafe is in the building at Cycle Gang.
That's right.
Tuesday evenings, Thursday evenings, and Saturday mornings. So if y'all want to stop on by and get y'all that energy tea, that beauty tea, and protein donuts, we got it all at Cycle Gang as well for you.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, Khalil. Thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate your time.
I needed this myself. I appreciate y'all calling me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let me get some love.
Oh.
Bring it in.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
Bring it in. Come on.
Bring it in.
Oh my
This
God.
has been good.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Cozy Convos. We hope that you were blessed by this conversation today. Just a reminder to make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you
Keep it cozy
keep it real
and keep showing up.